Hi, welcome to Bubble University. My name is Paul. Today we're going to be discussing page settings. Whenever you get started with building your Bubble application, you want to first set up your page before you start doing anything in your application. If you set up your page very well, it can be a very exciting build for you, but if you don't, it can break or mar your application. These are very simple things that you just have to do. And once you do them, you can keep building your applications as fast as possible. Bubble provides you with a few pages. One is the index page, which you are on right now. The next is the 404 page here, and we have the reset password page. Here's a few things to note. One of the things to do is to change your title, your page title. Let's say, for example, I am building JoJo. The name of my app is JoJo, and JoJo is a marketplace for cars. So I want to correct this so that SEO will be good to me, right? That's one thing you want to do. So SEO will be good to me, and my type of content is fine. You don't have to specify here, but it's all right. So you want to add the description right here for SEO. You want to add the image for Facebook or for any other social network, and if you have any header, you want to add them here. These are very, very, very good practice. You don't want to build an application that is not visible for people on the internet. Another thing you want to do, you want to go to your layout, right? And you want to turn this from fist to either row or column, depending on what you're building. So let me show you how it works. So if I choose the column layout, and I put a container inside here, just a minute, I'm gonna find that container again. Where's the group? I put a group inside here like this. Because it's fist, so everything is going to keep going to the edges. So you can go to the left, to the middle. Yeah. Let's give this container a color. So I'll go to appearance and just give it a color. If you don't understand what this is, you can check my other tutorial, and you see how to do all of these things that I'm doing right here. So I'm going to give it blue. Let's just give it a green, a 10% green. That's fine. So this is my color, and then if we decide to choose, I'm going to duplicate it, so I'm going to duplicate it twice. And if we go to the layout of our page, right, go to layout, now we have the column. If we say fist, we can take it anywhere we want to take it. Anywhere our children, which is the containers, can be anywhere. But once you come back here and give it a column, it's going to stack on top of each other. So I'm going to turn this color to a different one entirely, so you see the way it stacks on top of each other, right? So you see the way it stacks because we are building a column. So it depends on what you're building. If you're going to be building a flat page, then we can say, oh, we are stacking things on top of each other. But if you're building something different, then we can use a row. So if you see, first thing you want to do is to decide how things in your page is going to stack on top of each other, right? What's going to stack on top of each other, and how are things going to stack on top of each other? If it's stacking one on top of the other, then you can go with the row, you can go with the column. But if it's going to be stacking side by side, then you want to go with the row. And also, if you're building for mobile, if you're going to be building for mobile only, then you want to go with a column. But if you're building for both mobile and desktop, then you can go with either row or column and hide things as you progress. Another thing that you want to look at here, you want to look at your default width and your default height. It is a good practice for you to use the Bootstrap default. So you can find it here. Just go to Google and say Bootstrap Grid System. Click on the first search that comes, and you'll be able to find out what's the Bootstrap. So you have 576, you have 768, you have 540, 720, 960, 1140. So you want to come back here, and you can change this. You can change this to 1140, or you can change it to 1440. So you want to come back to your Bubble application, and you want to change this to 1140 right here, 1140 as the default height, right? 1140 as default height, or you can do 1440. And this for mean height, you can change it, take it as long as possible. And when you're done building your application, you can change it to fit to content, which is something very awesome that you want to do, so that when things keep flowing down, you can, you can have enough space to deal with it. Another place where you can find what your breakpoint will be like is to come back here and you'll see some breakpoint. Bubble comes to the default breakpoint of 1200, 920, so you can add more breakpoint to it, add a custom breakpoint, which is 1440 if you want to. You can add as many breakpoint points as possible that you want to. And you can see once we increase the breakpoint, you can see it's going row. This is row, and it's going side by side. This is row. But if it was column, irrespective of how big the breakpoint is, it's always going to be stacked on top of each other. So that's setting up your page. And another thing that you want to look at when you're setting up your page is to give them a very good naming convention that you can always understand. We'll talk about that in a different lesson entirely. So that's it. Feel free to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to leave your comment. And there are some links below. Feel free to click on it. Click any of the link that suits you, and I'll see you in a different lesson entirely. Thank you.